Hey everybody, welcome back to Six Online. It's my turn to host. What's going on? I'm Rick Jur, your host for the evening, joined in with Mac and Cheese, please. And we have some developers with us. We have Seth, the writer, and Caleb, the designer of the content designer of Spirit and Stone. Hey guys, how's it going?
Good. How are
Good.
you?
Just want to correct one thing real quick. I'm Caleb, and that's Seth. Let's get
Flippy
That-
floppies.
That way. We'll fix that in just a second. It's all good.
no
But hey,
worries.
tell us a little bit about your game before we go check out the trailer.
Absolutely. Yeah, so Spirit and Stone is a city builder, castle builder game. Dwarf Forge is aspects of Spirit of Stardew Valley, but then also like the building mechanic of Townscaper. So it's kind of got a few different blends there. So I think one of the biggest, coolest things about our game is the way you build. We place block by block. You build your castle walls and your cottages and everything using this block-based mechanic. And the game will figure out how to present a beautiful crafted cottage or village or castle or cathedral to you. So yeah, that's kind of the X pitch there.
Well, awesome. When you say block by block, I saw that you're able to like build buildings, but are you just like you build a house, or you're like, here goes a house? Or are you just building like, here goes a block that's
Right,
going to
yeah.
be built into a house?
So you select your tile set, right? So we have cottages, we have manors, we've got castles, we've got cathedrals. And then you're literally just placing blocks, right? Like cubes. And then as those cubes connect to each other and define the shape, the game goes and fills in what kind of house could look like in that shape.
Oh.
Same with the cathedral. So like if you build tall towers on the cathedral, you'll get those nice pointy castle towers. If you build a little gate on your castle, you'll get an arch with a gate. If you build a kind of a pointy cottage, you'll get some kind of really steep roofed cottages and that kind of thing.
Okay, cool. Well, hey, let's go check out that trailer real quick.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Oh yeah, there we go.
There it is.
Did we get the names? We got the names. Nice.
We're good. Yeah, we're good, guys.
So I've noticed that it's like a hex style movement type of adventure, and then you go in and you build your castle or your environment that you want to be able to like survive winters and other things like that. Is there environmental changes within your game?
Good question. I will definitely say it is not survival whatsoever. So it's not your
Okay.
Frostpunk, it's not your Timberborn. You're not going to lose all your beavers to drought, and you're not going to lose all your people throughout winter. This is meant to be a chill, like design and craft, and let your people kind of thrive in your village. You know, they'll respond to the changes that you give them. Right, you give them different types of food, they'll celebrate that. You throw a little harvest festival, they'll celebrate that. You give them different types of weapons, they'll be happy. They'll go to the stall and pick up their weapons and walk around with a new weapon. So it's more like a roller coaster tycoon of a castle builder than it is like you're going to have to in Banish where all your villagers die and that kind of thing.
Okay,
Is there
cool. So
anything
that
You know,
Go ahead.
yeah.
go ahead, Matt.
I was gonna say, is there anything that displeases the villagers in your community?
A little bit. It's you've seen that enough where it's like, yeah, if I'm not hungry, you're gonna get maybe a little bit of a slowdown, but it's not gonna send you into a death spiral, right? It's more like
Right.
you're rewarded for meeting their needs by them being happy, and then they're gonna generate a currency called authority, which is the thing you get to go do to expand your village and recruit more characters and kind of exert the power of your kingdom. So the individual villagers will have to earn revelry or piety or luxury or food and hunger. And once they get all their needs met, they'll be happy. Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay.
But that leads to progress, right? It leads to more options, to more upgrades, more buildings. One thing that happens in our big game is you can install rooms into the buildings you make. So you're going to design these big castles, right? Design these big cathedrals or these big town centers or cottages, and each of those buildings has special rooms you can insert. So you can insert bedrooms. You can insert garden rooms. You can insert farming rooms and that kind of thing, and that actually go and exert the features of each of these buildings.
And here, I thought it was just building like you just build what you want to build and call it done because that's what it is. But now you just said that we're able to put things within inside those buildings.
I like that.
So that's another layer.
Yeah, a lot of the progression is tied to characters specifically. A lot, as Caleb mentioned, like RimWorld was a big inspiration for this game, but we wanted the scale of this game to be much bigger. So you're not just going to have the one settlement; you'll be controlling multiple provinces, cities, and castles all over, trading things around. But we still want like that core group of characters, like with RimWorld. So a lot of your progression with like industries and exploring are still tied to specific people in game.
Okay. Wow. So you have specific characters that are like hero characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Characters will have classes, and the class of your characters will define what special rooms they get to set up in your kingdom. So, for example, the adventurer character class will allow you to set up your adventurer post, which allows you to go then send off adventuring parties into the surrounding wilderness to adventure and bring things back and explore as well. Crafter characters will allow you to set up special crafter rooms that allow you to come from black weaponsmith to armorsmith, etc. But based on that character's individual progression, they get to set up their shops inside your buildings.
Whoa!
Yeah. So really, and that design choice is all about allowing the player to customize and craft and create, but then also like see the game and the simulation kind of watch the fishbowl of their village kind of play out.
This is way more in depth than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Just from the video, I was like, okay, cool. I'm just going to move around and build castles, and that'd be cool. And you're like, there's way more to it.
Yeah. And you know what? I'll speak to that. Sorry, Mac, but that's been one of our biggest struggles. Is that like we wanted to have this very artistic, creative mode, but then there is a lot of depth to it. So we want to attract the people who want to build creatively, but we also want to attract people who will enjoy that depth and get a little deeper on some of the economy management. It's all kind of a hidden people factory game in it, a little bit, right?
Is there an amount or a scope that you can expand your town, or is it kind of infinite in the sense of if your adventurers venture out further, then you can go further for your civilization?
It's not infinite, but you can expand quite a bit. So you might have been able to see here, there's kind of a world map that's randomly generated, and it creates all these provinces, and each of those provinces has connected to it some like explorable nodes around it. So all those things are generated randomly, but you can continue to expand as you earn that authority. You can add more provinces, have your different types of provinces, some that are more city focused, some that are more frontier lands that are worried about harvesting certain special resource nodes that only exist in certain places. So yes, but there's a limit to that expansion.
Sure.
That's That's really cool that after you build it, you can just build things on top of it or around it, and it just keeps adding on. Wow.
Yeah.
Are there
and one
any...
thing
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just going to mention that a natural part of having the multiple provinces connected is multiplayer. So this game will support multiplayer. We plan to do 2 modes. One where it's co-op. So we'll ship this one first, where you and I can be on the same design as castles and villages together. But then also as you expand, maybe I'll go work on the frontier, you work back on the big castle land. So that'll be co-op. And then multiplayer will include things like multi-kingdom diplomacy, things like that, where we can trade, set up convoys, but also some light competition about like who's got the better the marketplace, who contributed more to the Harvest Festival, like these types of events.
Okay.
If you're feeling a little, I don't know the right word is, but if you want to play God a little bit, are there like doomsday events that you can trigger, like maybe fire or a tornado? Oh no! And then kind of watch your civilization react to it.
Seth, you want to handle that one?
That's not really the current intent. We've designed a lot of the game around just enabling the player to build as creatively as they can, and because of that, we kind of expect people to get a little attached to things. Sure. So there isn't like a wave defense system. You don't have to worry about people coming and knocking down like all of the cool things you've built.
Right.
Partially because we want you to build the castles how you want to. We don't want there to be like a best strategy to build a castle in this game to survive X waves. We want the core tenet of the game is really just creative expression.
I love that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be all about this.
Yeah.
Give me my abilities to create and do things, and that's all. I could sit there and do it forever.
Good.
How did you land on wanting to make that your gaming experience?
There's just so much stress in the world these days. There's we don't want when you come into these games, you're stressed out and panic and stress. There's too much in the world to worry about.
Oh yeah.
And that's I can tell this really small story. I played a lot of Minecraft with my brother. We built these big, huge towns in Minecraft, and it was always great that we spent all this time building the Mage District and the Farming District and whatever. But then when you sit back and it's all done, that doesn't come to life. So we want the game to kind of come to life and be this fishbowl of a city after it's done being built. So, yeah.
All right. Well, where can people catch y'all at? Chat you up?
Right. So at the moment we're not in early access. Early access is probably 6 to 12 months away. You can hang out with us in Discord and talk to us design. We're hosting playtests there. Follow us on Twitter. We're decently active on Twitter, but that's where we're at right now.
And we are on Steam, so you can wishlist us. That's
go wishlist it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in and joining us and showing off your game. We'll be right back with some RoboCo after this quick break. Catch y'all later.
Thank you, guys. Pleasure.